Icon hip hop. TARIIQ's in the building.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yo.
Let's go.
Started in a poverty-stricken environment, no sign of retirement, visions of what the time will get, time and time again, flipping rhythms with the rhyme again, asking me some questions, who's to say that I won't lie again, bitches talking about they changing lives, but they ain't trying it, homies committing crimes again, popping perkies and they Viking this, I've been rhyming with reason, killing demons with my homonyms, combinations I'm speaking, I'm creeping into your closet and the boogie, man, don't understand, I told the trauma hit, region to region, it's switch hunting season, they plotting it. Yo, so fuck you and your conglomerates. I'm sick of broken promises, like really where's the common sense? Common denominator of the present tense, the new normal, self-worth based on relevance, emptiness, like sound without a resonance. My syllabus on psilocybin, break silence, I'm heaven sent. Deep consciously, I've been flowing when I speak, freestyling off the beat. This is the way that we compete, weak the way that keep the cipher complete. On Icon, on Fortune, when we on Hastings Street. Know I be when I breathe, when I maintain. Flow from the mainframe to enter in through the fucking veins, let's go. Yo, I'm with Soul. Yo, we keep it rocking, let's keep it moving. This that hip hop shit that we doing. Set it straight, raw to the soul. Set it raw to the soul. Set it raw to the soul. Listen, yo, some of them vibe, some of them smile, but some of them cry. Some in the crowd and some will get down. No assumptions, I spit dumb shit, never dumbing it down. Forrest Gump shit, I've been running in abundance of style, discovering how these substances just water it down. The gluttonous crowd just want some shit to cover about what they uncovering now. Never let nobody govern my style. The government's the one on sustenance from suffering now. They want us to fail, they narrative crumbling down. They wanna pretend it boggle me now. I'll fight to the end through the rain, sleet, snow with a mic in my hand. Never bite in the hand, just got excited again. Like let the saga begin. Yo, I'ma keep going this beat till it's done, man. Let's go. Yo, we rocking like this. Listen. Until my death knell, your boy finna XL, no XXL freestyle to get my shit sell. The ship sail thinking that I'ma sit well, but mainstream since the first time that my dick swell. I've been through a sick hell and I seek better. Countless rounds of fighting demons, blood on my antique leathers. Lose my mind to this game, like I'm Heath Ledger. Play the Joker if y'all ain't spelling my name with 3 letters. I go toe to toe with the darkest night. Just like Bleach, the inner battle was my hardest fight. Y'all be amazed in the maze of my mind. Y'all like harvest mice. You get lost when I hog the mic. They in my face like it's all polite, but praying on my downfall from the tallest heights. But yo, taller heights I've been climbing. It's a fucking heist, the height I take my shit. We keeping it raw, one to the dome, straight from the soul, yeah. We keeping it raw, one to the dome, straight from the soul, yeah. We keeping it raw, one to the dome, straight from the soul, yeah. What's up, Soul?
Whoa, man. Icon Hip Hop Podcast. It's your host, Soul, and right now I am blessed to be sitting down with the man himself, TARIIQ, all the way from Edmonton. How you feeling, man?
Good, man, good. It's been dope chopping shit up, man, joking around. And it's been fucking serious too, man. I feel like I tapped into my MC side, my real true MC side this weekend that I don't always get to in a community that understands it. I don't have to explain to them what I do. I don't have to explain to them what this is about. I just fucking come in and express myself with other people who are doing the same, and it's just fucking, if I was in this position all the time, I think I would be a way better rapper. And I just feel like I would just feed off that competitive but supportive energy and get it, yeah.
So you've been to Vancouver a few times. What's different about this time around?
There's a couple things. One obvious one is I came purely for music. I got a show tomorrow, Palestine fundraiser today.
Yeah.
And the Icon thing yesterday. I came just by myself, no plans. Every other time I've come, it's been like a vacation, and I've stopped into Vancouver. But yeah, and then on top of that, I just feel like I'm in a different position where there's shit going on in this world, and I'm really trying to use my voice and my duty as a Palestinian person to represent. And I think the Icon thing just kind of since I last came, it's become fucking real, man.
Oh my God.
It's become very serious. Even just the way you guys promoted this one compared to before, it was just show and prove with this fucking scary face. And it was everybody's Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
different.
so for those that don't know, last night, October 11th, Friday night, Fortune Sound Club right in the heart of Vancouver, we had an amazing cypher. It's so hard to describe with words, man. You had to be there. The energy was live. We had the legend Junk pull through. We recently just did a podcast with him. Go check out the channel, scroll down and check out that Junk podcast. That shit was fire. Yeah, man, that cypher was crazy. How did you feel opening it up? We usually kind of don't really do that with the cypher. We kind of just put the mics out and get some beats rolling, but we really wanted to kind of showcase you, your talent, you know, your skills. How did you feel opening up that cypher?
I think that was amazing, man. Like, I think the original idea was like the secret headliner thing, but I think the way that we did this was so much better because I had full intention to be like in the cypher the whole time. So I felt like as the opener, it was kind of like, all right, I'm coming from Edmonton. I'm bringing you what I've been working on, what I've been honing. Let's like set the vibe, and then it sets kind of a precedent and a level of energy. So when I passed the mic to Bobby, it was like immediately. We were just right into it.
Yeah.
And it was already a pit. Everybody had their hands up. Everybody was in. It was warmed up. So, yeah. And it was cool that, like, doors were at 10. TARIIQ was playing a sick set, man.
Shout out to TARIIQ, man, on the ones and twos.
TARIIQ was just grooving. It was that, like, perfect mix of, like, social kind of, like, vibey thing with, like, some energy being built up. And people are, like, ready to explode. So I feel like I grabbed the mic. I did it. And it was, like, the crowd was... Like, I've never played an opening set that was, like, that hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were mentioning last night after the cypher that, like, that you think that was your best performance of those tracks.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
you guys wanted me to play some deeper cuts, some darker stuff that I don't always, like, you know, when you're playing at, like, a pub or, like, outdoor festival, you know, like, it's, you tend to gravitate towards your more...
Welcoming stuff. That was a perfect setting for those songs, though, right?
That low basement
vibe, bunch of fucking people smoking
gritty,
weed, jumping up and down,
dark, and a bunch of rappers like ready to fucking attack the mic, and that's what those two tracks really are. It's like, it's like aggression, emotion, like, and just like really wearing it. So yeah, that was especially My Shadow. Like that was the place that song needed to be performed. Bro.
Fucking love that song, dude.
Like that's why that song was made. Almost,
I fucking love that song. So dope. That was the first track I ever heard from you, and I was just like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? But yeah, shout out to TARIIQ, man. You know, he came through and he really held it down, and Ghetto Fab was saying at the end of the night too, you know, it's like a different vibe when you've got like a really solidified DJ there where you can kind of pass tracks back and forth where Ghetto's not just doing the whole fucking cypher.
Dude, it took so much stress off of me. Like usually, like I'm trying to like, it's like flying a fucking airplane. Like I got like the multi-tracking, trying to track everybody's game and shit. And then I got to figure out the perfect beat to come on. But then honestly, it actually gave me the chance to cypher. I felt like I was like ciphering for the first time ever, really.
Yeah.
Because like it was that vibe of like show and prove me and him too. Because I'm like, well, TARIIQ's here. I got to drop bang. I can't fucking play Still Dre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking TARIIQ. This guy's been digging for a fucking minute. So it was forcing me to push it up. And he's like, yo, I got one. You know what I mean?
I liked as well that maybe it's just because TARIIQ is at the caliber he is, and like you have your flavor, and you guys were both working together. But the DJs were just as much a part of it. Like a lot of hip hop things. It's like I've seen aux chord ciphers, right, stuff like that, where it's about the rapper, and there's a little pause in between the beats, and this was like you guys were playing a set. He was mixing, he was scratching, he was cutting. And like a lot of the time, I would hear something and I wouldn't be looking at the rap. I'd turn around and be like, "Fuck, what is TARIIQ doing right now? Like, listen to this, yo." Right? Like, oh, dude, who's playing this beat right now? Which one it is? I feel like that's a ghetto beat. I know that's a ghetto beat. So that's like huge, man. Because then it's like that's why the energy was so high, is because like it's like a club where the DJ is just spinning beats. But like, yeah, no, it was so cool, man. It was so high energy the whole time.
It was really high energy. People were hungry for that mic, especially when they knew that there was prizes at stake too, right?
And I think even the spectators, like, you know, sometimes hip hop shows can get a little dry. Where like a lot of times I've played shows or I've been to shows where they end at 11, let's say, and people are like, they're vibing, but they're standing there politely listening, being like, yo, this is cool. Like, this was like, I don't know, it was like a packed club, like underground fucking like rave like energy, where I just think because everyone was so hungry to grab the mic, even if you weren't a rapper, like you're sucked into that, like, oh my God, like this is a big deal. Like everybody's giving it their all. How can you be bored, right? It's just all these different voices, different characters, females, man, like Jamaican, Latino.
Tell me
like-
what you want. Tell me what
Yeah. Fuck,
Yeah,
man,
that's the big thing about the environment, man. It really brings out this like gutter, grimy vibe
Yeah,
just
man.
being in that space, and then you can tell with like the bars and the flows, like people really try to embody that, and it works out beautifully. But yeah, like I was saying, with the prizes at stake, we introduced this new program for the first time at the Cypher. We've always been kind of doing giveaways here and there. We get local shops to kind of sponsor the giveaway. We'll give away a shirt or a hat or whatever. But this time we had 2-tier ticket system. So if you absolutely murdered the Cypher, you get a red ticket. If you did kind of okay, you need a little bit more work, you get a blue ticket. And around 12:30, 1 o'clock, we did the draw. And there was some dope prizes, man. So the lower tier prize was Beach Street package. It was like a hat and a tote bag. East Van Lifestyle shirt. Shout out to Gold Kid and Carlos over at East Van Lifestyle. Go check them out. And for the top tier tickets, actually, Junk pulled through to the Cypher, and he has a show at Fortune, and he gave away 2 tickets to his show. And we've been kind of collaborating. Well, in the works of collaborating with this movement called What's the Move, and they threw in a slot for a performance. So if you come out to the Cypher, you have a chance of winning some dope gear, but also more opportunities to showcase your talent, your craft, network with other people in the city. So it's a little bit more incentive for people to kind of stay longer and also just get up on the mic, and that's the thing with these lower tier tickets. We're not just trying to give you one and say, hey man, like you're trash. We're really trying to get people to want to get that upper tier ticket, right? So come back, spit some harder bars, like go home after, watch the Cypher, practice, like really try to get in there and prove yourself. That's kind of why we're embodying that name, Show and Prove, is like show up, show that you can rap, but it's more than that. You really got to prove it to, the judges, the crowd, and it's huge, man. It's huge. It's huge. The movement is incredible.
I think it's super dope. Like, it just feels so organic that, you have people in a Cypher. There's no stage. There's no set times.
Yeah.
Like Junk, there's people trying to snatch the mic from Junk, just like he's trying to snatch the mic, and I'm trying to get it. It's all equal. So you're basing that ticket system purely based on like what happens in that pit. And then that's how you can get selected. You've been trusted with like whoever's in this pit that does a good enough job to get this ticket is a good candidate for opening this set. And it's like compared to what I see a lot sometimes in Edmonton, where it's like, who's the highest bidder? Who's willing to fucking suck the most dick to get this slot time? Like,
yeah, I hear you, man.
Like that's a huge thing to do for the music industry.
It's the same thing out here, the whole pay-to-play concept. We'll give you 20 tickets. Some people buy their own tickets, try to get that slot.
I kind of get it because it's supply and demand, and like financially, like that's how all this shit works. But
that's not hip-hop.
Yeah, not only that, it's short-sighted. Because if you do that, you might make your percentage off that show and be able to do the next one, but you're setting yourself for a plateau to where it's the same thing of like, Vancouver hip hop sucks. I'll show up at 11:30 because the headliner's on at 12. Watch it, leave, rinse and repeat. It's like, oh, I'm gonna try to put on the best people here, and then in the long run, that's how you start to export talent.
Yeah,
that's how you start to like get people to come in, not because, oh, it's a stop on the way. It's like, this is the scene.
Yeah.
I want to start making my way to Vancouver like how people go to LA,
Yeah.
So it's like more people need to think like that, long run. Culture. You do good for the culture. People aren't dumb. People look at the consumer as like a someone you fucking market to, and then they'll buy your product. But people aren't dumb. People will come to stuff if they truly feel like it's dope.
No, I know. I hear you. I hate doing later slot performances. Like if I'm thrown up on a lineup, I'm down to go first, second. I find that's like a lot of people want the most heads in the room for their set. But like I find the people that show up early and the people that are there like in the beginning, they're diehard hip hop heads, and like they're willing to like network afterwards and shit. Like headliners go on at whatever time, and it's such a big deal to headline, but like the people that are there in the beginning, you pull them aside after and you're like, yo, like, yeah, you went first, like that shit was fire, blah blah, what's your Instagram, blah blah blah. Like it's just, I don't know, I find like, yeah, it's just set the tone properly right away. And then also like some shows run super late, so you'll do like a later on performance, and people kind of heading out, going home, whatever, right? So, like, I've been to some shows where like everyone's waiting for the headliner, and the most people are in the room at like the third guy. By the time the headliner's on, there's like 10 people in the room. So, just kind of got to weigh it out and see what you like doing. But yeah, that's the thing with no stage too. The Cypher, everybody's on the same level. You know, there's no hierarchy of who's going first, who's going last. It's all just go when you want, rap for however long you want.
Self-governed.
It's so
cool that
dope,
it's
man.
like that.
It's so dope. And just as Ghetto was saying earlier, like the more rules you put in, the more controls you try to have, you just lose that. You know, it's, you know, you don't want to lose that. That's what keeps it unique. That's what sets it apart from your typical hip hop event, and that's what keeps us dope. That's what keeps us dope, man. But yeah, as far as the Cypher goes, Icon Killers, we're really trying to establish this core group of MCs that are regulars at the Cypher, but also just murderous on the mic. You know, we're really trying to push out the weak links of the crowd, because we've talked about it multiple times on this podcast, but there's a lot of stinkers that come out, and when the energy's high, when the hands are in the air, some people just don't deserve to even have that mic. You know, I think I remember you saying, like, I'd rather hear a guy rap 30-second intervals all throughout the night rather than twice for 3 minutes long. You know what I mean? So pick and choose your beats, pick and choose your battles. Don't hog the mic, and if you do, one of these killers will come rip your head right off, right? So.
The thing is like we started this shit like in a park with like 4 or 5 people around a Bluetooth speaker, and then it became like maybe 30 people in a studio, and we're recording these like Cypher sessions. And when it's 30 people in a studio, it's totally fine to like show up and suck. It's like, who cares? Like, you're at the Mountain, and that like still builds up. We would all enjoy that. We'd enjoy watching somebody try something for the first time, and they'd get a big applause just for having the courage to hold a microphone in front of 30 rappers, right? And like, that's awesome and amazing, and there's always going to be a place for events like that in the hip-hop ecosystem. But like, we've developed into something, and we just keep blowing on the flames and building the thing higher and higher and higher. And like, now there's 200 people at Fortune Sound Club, and you're holding a microphone in front of 200 people at Fortune Sound Club, which is a pretty fucking huge opportunity. So you can't suck anymore. It's illegal to suck there. You can't suck there. You know, like the people that we deal with to get that slot, we can't.
You know,
have
one thing I'll say though, that people are so supportive still. Like, of course, there's that competitive nature, but like when people were trying to like rap and they got nervous or they choked up or they were like unsure, the whole crowd would be like, "You got it, you got it."
It's important.
And it was so cool to see that, because then people would, like, they get that second win.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for building culture too, because there's a line of you don't want it to be too pretentious or too like exclusive, where it's like, oh, these guys are fucking assholes anyways. Whatever.
To an extent, yeah, you know, you definitely want to have some encouragement there. We want to get people coming up and trying to step their way into the scene, but yeah, sometimes it's just, yeah.
The other thing too is like, we know the scene really, really well too, right? So we know like almost everybody that comes through, right? Like, we pick these people up one person at a time.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know what I mean? So like, we know them all. We know all the history.
They're distinct characters here.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the things too.
here.
Like, when you meet a new city full of Cypher rappers, it's like a whole that you know them at an arm's length. So it's a little bit of a different connection.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Vancouver's a big city, but it is a small town vibe, you know? Like, there's a lot of people that know each other, a lot of familiar faces. And I agree 100%. It's important to have that encouragement. But like Ghetto said, like, dude, this is Fortune Sound Club. There's 200 people in the room. This isn't the Mountain anymore. This isn't Holy Chow anymore. Like, this is real deal shit, and we're really trying to, like, you got people like D-Rec in the room. You got people like Junk in the room. Like, we're not trying to have a bunch of fucking stinkers on the mic and have this fun, family-friendly cipher of, you know, community's great, and it's important to build that. But if you suck, I mean...
We're absolutely capable of keeping both elements alive in our
100%.
community, right? Like,
100%.
like, it's a tiered system, like, and that's just it, there's a hierarchy, right? Like, you're not a black belt right away, so you don't go. And
I can see you guys like maxing out like where you're at pretty quick still. Like,
well, it's happened every time.
Yeah, I think I can imagine maybe I can imagine something where there's like an open cipher and then there's like a WrestleMania type of cipher where it's like this is the big deal, and I imagine like a big circle, and then like it's like this, and then there's a crowd behind it. Like I could see this being so big, man.
Yeah, we used to do them weekly, right? At first, it was every Tuesday from 7 to 10, and then we kind of moved to some Fridays and shit like that. And that's the thing with like the weekly ciphers. It's like, okay, yeah, come out, we'll have a good time. We're going to be doing it next week, just get on the mic, whatever. But now it's like once a month.
Yeah.
It's in demand, and like it's, we're not doing this shit every week now. Like it's once a month. So if you're there, you're there to slaughter the mic in front of a bunch of
especially
people.
like that. You guys put so much production into it. Like you can't do that every week. You could maybe do a weekly cipher where it's like just the mics and speakers, but like to do the level you guys do of filming it, and
We literally did that for 3 years.
yeah, it's
every
it's
week, man. It
ridiculous,
was wild.
It's ridiculous,
It
and it's not
was-
just a cipher, bro. It's like you guys are organized with like the sections of it, and it's a whole experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's not
Yeah.
a typical cipher, man. That's for sure. And that's the thing. That's kind of why we went to LA too, was to like find other cipher organizations and like where else is doing this shit. Where else is like icon hip hop, and we can't find it. We cannot find anything that's like.
Did you hit ciphers there? Did you hit like proper ciphers at the?
I mean, I wouldn't say proper ciphers, but we stopped in Oakland on the first Friday's event, and we met a little crew out there. They were doing a showcase style cipher type thing. But the thing that's so unique about these ciphers is there is no host, there is no rules, there is no timeline, there's no sign up, there's no rules. You put the microphones out, you can't pick your beats, you play the beat, and that's the thing. Like if you can rap, you can rap. It's like it's simple as that. There's no auto tune, there's no backtracking. It's microphones and beats and bars, and that's what we're trying to find and attract, right?
We don't make space for people, to be completely clear. People make space for themselves at the Cypher, right? Like this is 100% just like this is the barren lands. Like you got to go out there and get your own,
Eat what you kill. But yeah, man, it was really nice to have you there, bro. Like I remember you came out to a couple way back in the day, like Railway, Second Motton and shit, and you slaughtered it. But this time it was really dope to have you open that shit up. Tell us a little bit about your journey with hip hop and kind of growing up in Edmonton, the scene out there. How is that?
Yeah, I've been rapping since I was in like high school, freestyling, playing around, and then I was DJing for quite a while, and it was pretty much COVID when there was no party scene, and I was just in my apartment, and I'm like, I still have this need to do music, and I just fell back in love with it. Like, I have stuff to say, and it's like, it's just a pure genre. You can like circle your whole way around trends and fads and feelings and experiences, but like just that, the words, the emotion, that will always be there. So it's been a very like, it's kind of tied into my own personal development. I feel like it's like my diary of like what I have to say and where I'm at. So it's been good, man. Mainly my focus since has just been releasing and building my discography. Like I have an LP out, High Rises, Low Falls. I have a few EPs, lots of singles. I was kind of doing that like single for a month for a long time until recently, really, where now I'm like stepping back and just trying to make like my Kendrick like emergence back. But yeah, I've always been creatively driven, and then like the rest of it I think is a byproduct. But as of late, it's like I just want to be the best artist I can and make the best art.
Yeah, you're really good, man. Like you have a lot of diversity, like with your hard shit. For those that aren't familiar with him, go on YouTube, type in My Shadow TARIIQ. You can listen to some shit like that. Follow his Instagram. He's got a bunch of different kind of flows on there. You want to drop a beat real quick?
Fuck yeah, dude, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa.
Yo, what's this one?
All nice.
All right.
Show 'em what's up, man.
All right. Yo. It's TARIIQ one time. Yo. DJ Paul Nice, definition of nice.
Oh, featuring
Featuring Babu, by the way. Babu on the cuts. DJ Babu. Fuck yeah.
Alright. Yo, you thought I was gonna say shit for playlists, but nah. Bitch, I ain't no makeshift, I'm playing this raw. Shape shifting fire like it's Avatar. Flow the master when I touch mic, I'm a narcissist. My favorite artist will make me a narcissist. My inner conscious, show me why God exists. I'm from Nablus, the cops, they been nabbing kids. Nab our culture, but their spirit ain't half of this. They throwing rocks while you getting stoned. They call stepping stones where we used to roam. Laying on my own in this twisted sick game. So I could give a fuck about trends for quick fame. We keep it raw. Yeah, we keep it raw. Yeah, we keep it raw. Hardcore to the floor, here we go, yo, up the top, yo. I've been spitting out the top like I'm junk on the cipher. Complete when I hit you like a rifle, entering the scope. When I enter through my mind, I realize I intertwine with divine lines inside my mind that I can fucking find. I just channel it. When I'm rapping, I was lyrically damaging. I'm hitting MCs with higher stamina. My logic intertwined with all the rappers, no cameras. I don't give a fuck about their clout, they just hang with us. I've been trying to preach, motherfuckers don't know why. We gon' slang and dust like we was just hitting you with words that you could hang with us. Can't even comprehend. This the shit that we gon' do until the fucking end. Yo, and this shit ain't pretend. Spit it out the dome if you could try, but you ain't see why. This real hip hop shit, man. Icon. Yeah. This beat's dope, man. DJ Paul Nice. Yeah. Where'd you get this one?
B Street Records.
Shout out to B Street.
Yeah, shout out to them, man.
Fuck, we love you.
Yo. Underdog, so they gon' build me a Parthenon. I'm the Don who dropped bomb like it was Lebanon. I'm sort of vagabond with flowers from Algernon. Used to wear a cap and gown, now I'm the one. Yo, love from my city and the Avamon. Pass baton to the youth like I pass Quran. Praise the Lord, cause I know I'ma take it far. If you don't believe in the cause, you a straight kuffar. To monetize, they monopolize. I don't need the industry, they got Masonic ties. No entourage, just me and myself and I. And a bad bitch, she riding down to harmonize. Hey.
Let's go, man. Good shit, bro. Yeah, man. So as you can see, this guy clearly can spit. He's got a bunch of shit out now. What's that project you were saying?
High rises, low falls.
Go check that out. All platforms.
Is this on?
Yeah, it's on, bro. We rolling.
Oh.
We rolling. So the reason you came out here was obviously for the Cypher, for podcast, network, chill with some homies, but you're also performing tonight, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you get booked for that show? What is that show? Where's it at? And why are you doing it?
It's actually a Palestine protest, or Palestine fundraiser, I should say, to help a few families in Gaza.
Okay.
So a good friend of mine, Buckman Coe, from Vancouver, he's like a revolutionary activist, singer, songwriter, producer. And he's actually a guy that I've played with a bunch of times. He plays with the band Monkey Dragon, and they've kind of been my in a lot of festivals because I've come out with them and played a few songs like Shambhala, Starbelly Jam, that kind of vibe.
Dope.
So I think I put out that tune, Brothers, just recently, where I had the like big Palestine car with the 32.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
And I think it was just like, he shared it, and the organizer was like, who is that? So they made it work. Like, it was very last minute. They already had like 5 bands or 4 bands, so
okay.
It'll be a very diverse show. I think there's like a kind of hip-hop-y group. There's a bunch of indie bands. He does his thing, like, so. But yeah, I'm going to go do a feature performance there. Play a few songs.
You've been busy, bro.
Represent the hip hop.
You've been busy since you got off that plane, man.
Yeah, man.
Holy smokes.
Ghetto took me through a tour, like, and I was telling him too, like, when I came with my girlfriend, and my experience of Vancouver was like Stanley Park and like Cole Harbor and fancy cocktails, and Ghetto showed me the streets, man.
Straight to the homies at East Hastings to grab a bag of weed.
Yeah, East Hastings special, and then
TARIIQ is on the block.
Right,
he was scoping the guitar. Yo, how much for that guitar, bro?
Yeah.
And then yeah, just the tour, the graffiti too, like you know the artist so well, and then I would see their signatures everywhere, and then you can like trace the fucking chronology of it and how it all makes sense. Then we met that Hef guy, and I seen him the next day. Shout out to Hef. He was spraying, and he was doing a tribute piece for
Rival.
Like,
Hell yeah.
it was just so cool, man.
Yeah, graffiti culture is huge out here, man.
It is.
It really picked up in the pandemic too, like a lot of the street bombing. But yeah, man, people get up out here, and there's a lot of crews, and you know, people take that shit seriously.
Yeah, it's so authentic. You can promote, like, you guys are like spraying, come to the Cypher, Icon Hip Hop. Like, people who do,
We don't know who's spraying that, actually.
Yeah, like, your fans, your
Some
fans.
people are.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been seeing that shit everywhere. I've been trying to
Yeah.
find
Kids.
out.
Yeah,
who
no,
it
like,
is.
that's
We
what I mean.
definitely
You guys
don't
have,
want
have
people
like
to go to
big
Beats
fans
Free
now
Records
that
and
are
buy spray paint and
doing their
write
thing,
Icon Hip Hop
man.
and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, bro, the culture is huge out here for graffiti, and there's a few writers that come out to the ciphers and shit too. It's dope to see, like, you know, the cultures kind of intertwine and the elements come together.
Ever
It's
thought
dope.
of having like a live piece during the Cypher type thing?
Yeah,
Must
it's
be
just
too
tough
stinky.
indoors because the air's like the fucking spray and stuff, right? So it's kind of like,
If you look at the last Lee Side one, there was a guy he did like a
Yeah,
pretty
the
dope
outdoor
piece
one,
in the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
of the Lee Side. Yeah.
middle of a cipher, and then he threw up Icon Hip Hop. Maybe it's that fucking guy. Weird. Anyways, but yeah, no, that would be dope.
No. What is that? What was that?
I said maybe it's that guy that's fucking writing "Come to the Cipher" and "Icon" everywhere.
Oh.
But I think that guy's from Chilliwack, so he doesn't get out in van much. That would be dope though to have that. I think your phone just died, but yeah, that would be dope to have like a live piece during the cipher. That'd be sick. That'd be sick as fuck. But
Do you
like
think-
you know, that's the kind of thing with this whole 2-tier ticket system. For those that are familiar with Kill Tony, you know, you got the little joke book, the big joke book, and that's kind of what we're doing with the ticket system, kind of getting more people to come out and up their game a bit. But they also do this live painting thing, right, Ghetto?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they'll have an artist every event where like they'll have like a little canvas on an easel like in the back somewhere, and they're pretty much sketching like that event. So like they're sketching like the people on stage, the band in the back, like the crowd, the guy with the big fuzzy hat in the back, and like they'll raffle this painting off at the end of the night where it's like a picture of that night that you were at. So it would be dope if we could find an artist in Vancouver that would come to the cipher, and they would just have their own little station in the back of the cipher and just draw what you see throughout the night. Sketch a big room, sketch a pit, sketch D-Rec and junk and all that shit, right? Because that would be a dope piece to have. And that's the thing. Every single event would have its own piece,
It's
and
like
you'd have a collection of these dope sketches, right?
That's like a music festival type thing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not too familiar with Kill Tony, but Ghetto's really been on top of that for quite some time now, and he always refers to them and their structure, and it's very similar with Icon Hip Hop, man, and how they run their events, and you know how they have their crew and their editors and their filmers and their hosts and all that kind of stuff. It's very similar, and we get a lot of inspiration from that project they're doing, man. They're pretty much just like taking comedians, giving them a platform so that they can get future gigs, network, more production and shit. And that's exactly what we're doing, but with hip hop. We give you a platform to promote yourself, and you know that's the biggest thing with this footage and people filming the cipher and cameras in your face. It's not just for a one-time thing. It's like, go home, watch the video, clip your content, post it on your social media, tag Icon Hip Hop. This is free. Like, you know how much you'd have to pay to have 3 angles with live tracked audio, mixed and mastered with the crowd? Like that, it's crazy. That would take so much planning and so much work to do that. And here you are, come into the cipher for free, and you're able to go home and watch this content for free.
Dude,
and
my-
man, it just grows the event. You know what I mean?
Most viewed video that I've ever put out on Instagram or any socials was the one from Icon at the Railway.
Yeah. No, I think that's like a lot of people because you know
just-
it's
so like it hits a level that someone looks at that and is like, this is like real.
yeah, it's real shit. Like, where was that? I want to be there. When's the next one? You know what I
Credit.
mean?
It's like social credit. It's like, okay, he's in the pit. This is like, you know how like people have a stigma of like, you see a rapper who's not big and they're like, who's this guy rapping? Like, what's his story? Why is he doing this? He's just like trying to put on an image or whatever. You see a video like that, bro, it's like, there's nothing but authenticity here from the crowd, from myself,
Yeah.
from everyone. This is just what it is.
Yeah.
And I actually, that song, because I spit some lyrics off my tune Cherry Bomb, and like that clip like reignited that song.
Yeah.
And that song has like 165,000 streams on Spotify right now.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Damn.
and I put it out like 3 years ago.
Damn.
It's just like climbing, like more than it was before.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude.
Yeah, shit ebbs and flows like that, you know? That's the thing. Come to the Cypher. Spit a written. Spit a song that you recorded, you know? Just get on the mic and spit some shit and, you know, post that, man. We would love that. Cypher culture. So, is there any ciphers in Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's.
What are those like?
There was one in the Black Dog basement,
Okay.
which is it's like a 3-level club pub kind of thing,
Yeah.
and it was similar to the Fortune one,
Yeah.
but a lot smaller. But it was the same kind of like grungy underground DJ playing like old school beats and like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
The Young Kings, I believe. I think they're still running it, and then there's one every couple weeks at River City Revival.
Dope.
There's different types, right? That one I think is more of like a very positive community, like supportive environment for people to express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Cypher Wild as well, which is the fucking like most authentic hip hop cipher in Edmonton that has been going on forever. Where they do it on Churchill Square and they have like 4 or 5 DJs like scratching vinyls, and then they have actually I would say more than rapping, it's a breakdance cipher mainly.
Okay.
There's a huge breaking community in Edmonton, man.
Beautiful.
For real, there is. Like,
Yeah.
Those guys, like when they had like a breakdancing finals or something in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And like the clubs were packed with people who can dance, man. It was so fun.
Wow.
And yeah, so they have breakers, and then the rappers are around the breakers, like passing the mic.
Dope,
It's mainly about
dope.
them. It just feels really authentic. So it's all break beats, juggling, scratching.
Dope.
So, yeah, man. Cypher Wild is a really cool one.
Shout out to Cypher Wild. If you're in the Edmonton area, go check that shit out for sure. There's quite a big dance scene out here too when it comes to like breaking and just hip hop freestyle. Lot of different crews and stuff, and you know, shout out to all the shorties that are doing their thing. You know, there's tons of events. Shout out to the shorties though, family. Yo, shorties are killing it still. Bare break dance things.
Shout out to the shorties
fam.
doing their thing, yo. You know?
But yeah, fuck. What was I gonna say? We've had a few breakdancers like come through to the Cypher, and we try to give them as much opportunity as possible. You know, it's interesting. Like, it's fun rapping over a beat when there's someone dancing in the middle. You know, it's like there's a few clips that we have on our Instagram. It's really dope.
Bro, I'll say it for the first time here. We're actually like I've been talking to a couple of people in the dance community, and I think that Icon might start a dance cipher, and I think that we might talk to Fortune and try and do it there.
That would be beautiful.
On the bias, so it's like
Man,
2
you guys
weeks rap cipher, 2 weeks dance cipher, 2 weeks rap cipher,
that's
and
that
then we
top
can
level.
collaborate 2 kind of sub organizations together every once in a while for like massive.
You could do dance cipher and hip hop cipher same night, main room Fortune.
Fuck yeah,
that would
easy.
be dope.
Hosted by Flip Out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we would need their help too. You know, to pack that room, get everyone in there.
Easy, man,
If
easy.
it's the break community like it is in Edmonton, I'm sure it's bigger. It's in Vancouver. Like they'll bring out
Oh yeah.
a comparable amount to what you guys brought out, and that's you put those together. That's the whole.
I was
that's the
shocked
whole-
at the amount of people that came out, you know, for a cipher that was promoted but not heavily promoted how we usually do. I was shocked. Like I went outside at like 9:40, 20 minutes before door, and I looked to the left and I was just like, holy fuck, I know every single person in that crowd's name, and there's like 100 people right there. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. We've never really had that like line up before the cipher, and I remember you were saying last night like the tension in the room before the beats went on, like
such a sick.
crazy, man. Crazy.
I can
Shout
know
out to
myself,
everybody
man.
that came last night. Thank you so much for coming out to the cipher. Tell your friends, you know, and for the people that didn't make it, don't worry, there will be more, but make sure you get there, man. It's free before 11 and you do not want to miss these vibes, trust me. Unbelievable. What else you want to talk about this cipher?
About the cipher?
Correct.
Man, there's a lot of characters. I appreciate the lore of the cipher, like in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because I see these characters, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess these guys know them really well. I feel like I already know them really well from seeing them once.
Doesn't take much, man. It doesn't take much. People are really open on those mics and just, they put their whole self out there. And yeah, you could really get to know someone quick.
There's a really weird level of camaraderie that I feel in the Cypher and shit like that. There's like I was saying to somebody the other day, I was like, I don't know King Cass's name. I don't know how many siblings he has. I don't know anything about him. But if he needed me, I would drive 3 hours and fight somebody for him. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a level of camaraderie and, like, love that you have for these people, but, like,
Julius,
you don't really know anyone. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
King Julius.
But you know them so well. I don't know.
I know, it's so sick. And that's the thing. Like, for the first timers that were there last night, I was just explaining because they were like, yo, how does this work? Like, is there a sign up? And I was like, no, bro, like, everyone in this room knows each other. There's such a strong chemistry, and that's, like, people know each other on a personal level. They've been seeing each other every week for the past, like, 2-3 years. And, as he was saying, one by one, it's like every cypher, a new person came, and they would come next week. And then another person would come that week, and they'd come next week. So it builds and builds and builds, and that's the thing, like, it didn't happen overnight where there's just 200 people in the room. It's like we acquired people one by one by one.
Do you guys feel like it's a
literally
scene, or is it just a community of the Cypher? Like, would you see those same people just around at the shows?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are around at the shows and shit for sure. It's a deep scene, but there's also people that only come out to the cyphers. So. Yeah, most of the people that take music seriously that go to the Cypher, they have shows within the city and they'll promote it. And, majority of the Cypher people go because that's also their fan base too. So you'll see a lot of like organizations in the city booking people from the Cypher because they know they'll bring that Cypher draw and that Cypher crowd. It's like, yo, this is that guy from Icon. Like, he'll bring Icon, he'll bring the crew, he'll bring this. And like, that's where things get kind of weird because like we've had organizations reach out to us so many times. DMs are filled with like people being like, yo, like, let's do a collab, like we want to have a cypher at the show and we'll give you like a 20-minute Icon set and bring your crew and shit like that. And it's like, that's great, like that's dope, I totally see the vision and it's not a bad idea, but at the same time, like I was saying, the things that keep our ciphers so exclusive is that they are exclusive, they're rare, and they're very unique. We don't want to oversaturate the scene with this whole cipher thing, right?
I agree.
Like it's
because you also don't want to dilute like the like shows are different than the cypher. I'm not approaching the cypher like I approach a TARIIQ set. TARIIQ set is about me. It's about my music. I go through ebbs and flows. It's well rehearsed.
Yeah.
There's like vulnerable parts. Cypher is like, yeah, it shouldn't be all the time because there's a whole aspect of making music and sharing it like a concert. That is its own fucking thing, and it should be its own thing, and it should be once in a while where you have this tension and you have no choice but to come and like you have no time to screw around. Like even last night, I'm like, I don't even have time for any filler bars right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time for, like, yeah, way I hit him with the flow, and I get him. Like, no.
That's like me.
You do that
That's all
one
I
time,
do.
and then you're done. Like, you gotta fucking...
I can't freestyle for shit. That's all that's all my shit's fillers.
Hard, man. It's its own thing, bro.
It's crazy to see, like, just to go back to, like, how packed it was, the amount of people that were there. I could list 100 people that weren't there, and it's just like... Like, it's so big, man. Like, if we were to have, like, everyone from day one and shit come out, bro, like, we need a bigger venue than the top floor of Fortune, man, to have a cypher at. Because, like, some of these plaza ciphers, too, like, just fully packed, man.
Yeah,
like,
man,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Are you guys going to do outdoor ones again in the future?
Yeah,
we'll
for
never
sure.
stop doing outdoor ones.
Yeah,
Never,
I need to come to one of
that's
those.
where we
on
thrive.
A personal tip, man. Like, it has nothing to do, like... That's my favorite thing to do. Showing up with all my gear and fucking plugging all the speakers in and getting like a good banging outdoor plaza cypher going on like a warm, sunny summer afternoon is like literally my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
So I'll never stop doing my favorite thing in the world. Fuck.
It attracts so many other people too that are just driving by, walking their dog, and they kind of stop for a minute, and it builds, man. You never know who's gonna walk by that cypher, So it's outside. It's so nice, man. So nice. And we live in BC, bro. It's the perfect place to do that kind of shit in the summer. We have some heavy winters, and that's where these venues
that's
come
where I
in.
really noticed you guys was there was that one clip. I think it was like a drone. And it went into the Plaza Cypher. And I think it was like mobile. Because I knew Noble. I think that's actually you followed me and messaged me, but I think that was a connection. But I think Noble.
He booked you for that show that
yeah,
time.
like I just met Noble like at like Shambhala or something, and he was rapping like years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember him walking up to me, like doing his like rapping at people thing, and being a guy at like a rave like that, in my head, I'm just like, I'm the rapper here. Like, who the hell is this guy? And then he's just like, I became an instant fan. I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about me. And like, he's actually really good. And then, yeah, I linked up with him. And then seeing him post that clip of like the drone and him outdoor, I'm like, what is this like mystical scene that he's in? Like,
yeah, that's a beautiful clip, man. That's one of the clips we really show to a lot of people when we're trying to explain what the cipher is. Like, that sums it up right there. Like, it's crazy. That shot's dope.
It's also a really good summary of Noble's skill set. It's a very good display of what he's capable of. It's like kind of his shining and his elements. Like I was saying to you earlier about like the movement thing and how important that is. Like he's like an expert in that. Like, and he's like rocking back and forth in that moment and bringing so much energy to the cipher. It was just fucking
oh, speaking
wonderful.
of which, dude, another reason why I love performing those 2 tracks yesterday was like I wasn't just moving side to side in a stage. I was like in the middle, and I would just turn in a circle and make sure I rapped the bars to each person's face.
Fuck yeah.
You know? Like what a
I
cool,
love doing
what a
that,
cool
man.
feeling.
Yeah, no, that shit's dope. That
You
shit's
see them,
dope.
you see them like smiling, then you turn around, you look at them, and they're like, oh. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, Noble's been a really key part to this whole cipher stuff, man. He's been there through all of it. I'm sure you could speak on that a bit more. Like he's
Well,
just...
yeah, Lee Side Cypher, man. Like I remember we were there, like it was still the Canadian Underdogs at the time, and I was like whatever running the cipher for fucking Dickweed there while he was in Mexico. And Noble just showed up out of nowhere. I was like, who's this hairy motherfucker? And I don't know if he's gonna spit like, but he does not look like he's a fucking murderous rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't until
And
he
at the
does.
time he had hair down to his ass.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he would be, but then when he does, it's like, oh, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
because he looks like somebody who either would or just like doesn't at all.
We should run a Noble clip right now.
We should run that first clip. If I can find it, I'll put it in.
Yeah, just for the viewers.
The chess boxing one.
Not at all, I'm in withdrawals and playing basketball. You know that my mom was smoking crack. This shit was whack. Half black, but they never know it. You know that I'm just about to blow it while I'm showing up. You know that I'm growing up. Ronda Rousey get around with the ground and pound. When I take her down, you know that she love the sound. While I'm growling like a werewolf and a vampire. Motherfucker, you a damn lie. Don't be a damn child, it's time to grow up. If you got your homies and you gotta show up like we Navy SEAL. The way I'm living is crazy real. This just the way the Slim Shady feel in Vancouver. Damn smoother, making maneuvers. About to kill him like the Olympic loser. Back in 2010, when's it ever gonna end? I've been chilling with my friends, but my friends ain't to the family. Randomly, the man of me is driven to insanity by vanity, calamity. And I hit him with the hands like I'm Van Damme. I was living in a van like, damn man, it was freezing, best believe it. I'll be greedy like I'm Ebenezer Scrooge. Plus I'm rude, and I see you're nude. You should check me on the YouTube. I'm too smooth, I got nothing to prove, nothing to lose. We got one life to live. Kevin Safar so vicious, so I gotta give over the mic. You know that I'm over this life, overdosing while I gotta go. You know I'm up against the ropes like Muhammad Ali. I've been swinging like a butterfly, never fuck with me. I'ma sting him like a bumblebee, never humble me. While I'm running, you know that I got a rumblebee. Knock him out like Rocky and Rocky 3. While I'm cocky and I'm playing hockey and I knock out your soccer team. While I kick it like a Messi, you don't wanna test me. Like I said before, I'm Gretzky. Pass it off to Messier, gonna win the cup. One more time, nobody doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because he fucking murdered that. And that was the first time we ever saw somebody like really knock it out of the park. And then we posted a clip of that on the Ghetto Fab account. And like, fuck, it did like, I mean, nothing. We did like standard numbers. It was like 2,000 views or something like that. But for us, we were getting like 300 views on our videos before that. And it was just like, oh shit, this is kind of something. Mm-hmm. This is pretty dope, actually. And like people were looking at it like, what is that? And then that was kind of actually the first spark of people being like, I want to get filmed. I want to get my clips. I want to look like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. It's fucking crazy. First time I came to the Cypher was from a Truth clip. You know, seeing just the clips and being like,
That's how
holy
you found
fuck,
it?
like, where
You
is
just
it?
went to a cipher?
Yeah, I had a coworker that I was working with, and she's pretty involved in the Latin community and shit like that. And she went to like an event because her like Latin homies or whatever, like, yo, come, we're rapping. So then she ended up in a room with Cypher and Truth and shit. And then I was at work and she showed me the clip and she's like, yo, like, you would love this. Like, go check this out. Like, this would be dope. And then I remember fanboying so hard to like even Ghetto and Truth. I was like, yo, like I'm gonna come to the Cypher and like, yo, are you gonna be there? And like, you know, Truth. You know, like,
Were you rapping before then? Like you were a rapper?
A little bit here and there. Like I've been rapping for like a little bit, but I never took it seriously. Like I recorded a song in 2016, like way back, and I've just always listened to hip hop and kind of rapped a little bit here and there. But the big thing that I was doing at the time, I don't really know why, but I was just filming vlogs, like just like day vlogs, like day in the life of Soul, where I would just like go spray paint downtown. I'd go walk around, go buy shit or whatever, and just kind of film everything. I wanted to like kind of capture like the first person with the editing style of just like day vlogs. And then I started just going to the Cypher and filming vlogs with camera audio. And then I had my fisheye in the pit. And then Ghetto's just like, yo, like, let's just use it as a second angle, and we'll just fucking have two angles in the Cypher. Because originally it was Ricky. Shout out to Big Alien, man.
Fuck yeah.
He was the main like
Big
filmer
Alien.
at the Cypher. Yeah, bro.
Big Alien.
Taking
the
bitches
weird
to the
guy,
zoo,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
Big Alien. How do I know him?
Well, he used to be Ghetto's roommate, but he was probably at that Cypher actually, I don't know how you
No,
would
he
know
wouldn't
him.
have been at that one.
No.
Has he been in Edmonton? I feel like I know him.
He could have been in Edmonton. He's worked there before. You probably know him from Instagram. Like he DMs people like a motherfucker. He's
No, but I've met him. Was it at the site? Was he at your Cyphers?
I don't think he was at the. He
what
came
does
to
he
like
look
a
like big
few.
giant guy.
Does he have like hair like this? And he raps, right?
Yeah, his hair like this. Yeah.
And he raps.
Yeah, he
And it's
raps.
weird.
Yeah.
And he posts selfies about him and he raps on like Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like alternative, like
Yeah.
It's very manic.
Was he at one of the Cyphers?
He
Oh, he's been at a
probably
lot of Cyphers,
you've
yeah.
probably seen him at one.
And he's like,
so,
yo,
yeah.
man, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was your roommate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been one of my best friends since I was like 17 or 18 or something like that. We've lived together off and on for like 10 years, but he, has some issues with mental health and medication and stuff like that. So he's, doing his best, and he's a wonderful person, but he has his
we love him.
issues.
Do you know
And
Curtis?
honestly, his shit seems kind of manic, but if you look deep into his lyrics, like he's fucking fire, dude.
Yeah, I know,
He's
yeah.
a really good writer.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
says
and
some shit.
that's what I was saying. He was like the first kind of filmer of the Cypher with that camera right
Yeah.
there. And then I just kind of came through, and we would have like the long lens shot with the fisheye shot. And over time, it just kind of blended perfectly, like having that fisheye in the pit. It was dope. But no, I'm not familiar with that guy. Who are you saying?
Curtis.
Oh, Curtis. Yeah, you are. Delgado. Be living proof.
Gold.
Gold man.
Oh, yeah, he's dope. Yo, shout out to that guy. He's helped us out with generators.
He knows
and
him like a
fucking,
motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I showed him that fucking set the bar reel, and then he's literally like, oh, that's Curtis. And then he starts talking about Curtis, and I'm like, yo, this whole time you just grazed over the fact that he was painted head to toe gold. That doesn't phase you? He's like,
no.
yeah, of course. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, to be honest, I didn't clue into that because like
That guy makes money,
Then I realized
bro.
that that's like his gig, but I just expect something new from him. But
He does that full time.
there's not one person in this world that I've seen in a random place all over more than Curtis.
Yeah.
Like I knew him from high school or junior high. He's a BMXer. I'd see him at the skate park. And then it was like since then I'd see him at random music festivals. It's one thing to see him at like Shambhala, but then I saw this festival in the middle of the woods, 250 people. And I'm
He's
like,
there.
why is Curtis here? And
yeah,
then
he's definitely that type.
but then what got me was I had this like corporate job working for like a big like painting franchise, and we had our president's award in like conference thing in LA. And I see Curtis in a suit, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I joined this company, blah blah blah." They're showing me around, and he's showing me how
What the fuck?
he was showing me how he like started his painting company, but he doesn't have a car, so he fucking had a wagon and his BMX with his paint tools, and he would just go door to door and like paint fences and stuff. And so he was like there to like learn about the actual corporate culture.
What a G.
And then I seen him again. And then he started getting into hip hop. So like I saw him at one of the ciphers. And then like I see he's like gold now. But I've seen him all over Western Canada and America.
Yeah, when I first met that guy,
I don't need his socials.
to
I
be
don't need his
completely honest,
number. I will
expect-
find him. Like
I didn't expect he was gonna be like a fucking like world class BMXer, man. This dude's fucking doing backflips and she's stupid good.
He's so good at BMX.
Yeah.
No, he's got some, and he's fucking pretty good at rap too. Like he does this trippy
recorded a good
psychedelic
song
thing,
here.
but it's interesting and it's cool. And I'm like, there's something about this guy's mind. Like, but are we smoke break? I see you've been hogging that.
Yeah, he's next level.
Okay.
Yo, there was Bear Shorty at the cipher, and I was just wondering if you knew that girl with the white dress, cause like she was pretty fine, yo.
Yeah, she
Just like
was.
because like I heard that she got a prize or something, but if you could like reach out to her and maybe like she might have forgot one of the
No,
prizes.
she didn't get a prize. She read the ticket for the winning prize.
But yo, I'm pretty sure she forgot something at the club, yo. I think I like if you just like link me her, I'll let her know.
She forgot Ghetto's number.
Yeah.
That was fucking smooth.
That's my wife.
That
dude.
was
I'm
that
married
was
to her.
smooth.
That was the
smooth.
smoothest I've ever been.
That was so funny too. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, you know, like we just had like someone fucking read the number of the winning ticket, and it was like 267. And he's like, no, like phone number. Read, like, give me your phone number. It's like, no, I'm playing. But yeah, he definitely should have followed up with that one.
Yeah, he was playing.
Yeah, that
wasn't
would have been the move, but yeah.
Shout out to all the beautiful
He's a
women that come
professional.
to the Cypher. We really appreciate you so much. And if you're out there and you like filming and you like interviewing people, we would love to have you a part of the team. We are looking for someone that can go around during the Cypher and ask people who they are and why they're here. And I think it's way better when you have a beautiful woman approach you than some rapper dude. So any of the viewers out there, if you know someone or if you are watching and you would like to join, DM us at Icon Hip Hop and let us know, please. And that goes for anything, you know, editors, people in the scene that want to kind of get their foot in the door and be a part of something dope. You know, we would really appreciate it. Let us know, man. This podcast was a little bit of a mix between a reflection of last night's event, but also the opportunity to speak with you. You know, it's nice to have you here from Edmonton, and kind of wanted to get some questions off of you as well. But I think that's good, and I think the viewers are gonna love it. You killed it.
Why German? Never mind.
I'm tired.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, cousin?
That's beautiful, man.
Rip it, Johnny. Rip it.
Yo, Socrates philosophies. Fuck that, I'm Aristophanes in this meritocracy of sharing this content for comedy. Apocalypse coming, probably find me smoking rock with the fiends. Saying fuck the world like Tupac, y'all can't stop me from dreams. My vision is tainted, blood has been stained with, shirt is my nameless. Yo, what is the same? Yo, what up, cousin? Selected memory of Memorex cassette, a DOS effects, laid many men on many decks. Remember, I was mad depressed. Selected memory at the times when it was mad arrest. I had expressed it off my chest, I mastered it to that effect. The rap game, Professor X, played this on the tape deck. Slay many men who played friends. Saw your set, you trade wrecked. I'm riding on that apex. You more like Dick, riding for a paycheck. That's why you got concave neck. Through breakneck speeds, we breaking these leaves. Inhaling the trees, I pay what I bleed. Put it all together, it's so magnifique. Open up my eyes, what do you read to believe? Fill us up with lies, peace to the we who believe. Call me Big Papa with the pen, probably again. Mad shot boy, rolling ganja up again. Hey, listen me, Klasa, Asu Casa, you imposters. Beat the monsters, this shit rhyme like steak and lobster. Possibly they plotting on my downfall again. Yeah, what up, cousin? Said they possibly they plotting on my downfall again. Yeah, what up, cousin? Possibly they plotting on my downfall again. What up, cousin? Possibly they plotting on my downfall again. Yo, possibly they plotting on my downfall again. I'll just let them wallow, let it blow with the wind. Won't let them in. Allah, got to pray again. Strong medicine for Allah's and all y'all sins. I got more fans in other cities than mine. It's a pity, but give me more of a reason to shine. Cause Cause I've been getting daps in these towns that I travel in. Take it on tour, get paid for my babbling. I've been talking to myself, they really all mis amigos. Word around, they thinking I've been local in mi barrios. Spit it on a Digio, pick it up on IDO. If you ain't on my Alec Road, then adios. What up, cousin? This beat is so nice, man. Is this just a beat or is there a song?
I'll show you the song after.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
the
all
song's
Vancouver?
really good, the bars are
Vancouver
really good.
rappers, everything?
Yeah. We're actually in Edmonton too. I think some of this might have been recorded in Edmonton.
Probably up in Arm Studios if it was in Edmonton. There's a legendary studio
It's
there.
like 2003.
What up, cousin?
Yo, it's still more on it? There's still more? Yeah. Rip it, Johnny, rip it. The ambiances, creeping with darkness. I'ma follow the silence. I sit in silence with seances for tomorrow. I solemnly swear to seek revenge like Desperado. Hunting the demons lurking in my dream, no sleepy hollow. They swallow me up and spit me out like big fish. On my road to El Dorado, swearing I'll be kingpin. Some potholes along the way, no different from where I've been living. Where literally it's been bone chilling. Women and children, they gone missing. But who the fuck will listen? So much ice on these streets and I ain't talking about what make you slipping. It catch you slipping into prison, over to a pit with prescription pills in the corner pissing. This shit ain't a pleasant vision. Back home by now, I would have been enlisted. I thank the Lord who granted all of my wishes persistent. When I'ma spit this ubiquitous with my penmanship. Anytime I've been into it, motherfucker. This is from Beat Street, man. I gotta rep the Palestine.
Beat Street Records.
Yo, Icon Hip Hop Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and like I said, comment. Give us some suggestions. Let us know what you want to talk about. And yeah, shout out to Ghetto Fab on the ones and twos. It's your boy Soul. And thank you for sitting down with us, bro.
Soul Brother number 3.
Yes, sir. You know the vibe.